We will start. Bhumika ma'am, can we start?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Very good morning to everyone. Just a minute. Nimisha Joseph, can you just mute yourself? Okay. A very good morning to everyone. Today's our speaker is Dr. Bhumika Kevadia. She's also a member of GAPT and she has also done her course in nutrition and dietitian. And today she will be just a minute. And today she will be representing the topic various ankle injuries and its management. Bhumika ma'am, you can start.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So today my topic will be ankle injuries and its management. So let's begin with it. Okay. Firstly, we all have already gone through the assessment and the anatomy part. I'll just go with the small introduction part, and that is ankle injury refers to disruption of any component or components of ankle joints following trauma. Usually, it happens because of trauma. So we'll go with the first point is trauma. The next is ankle injury occurs frequently and have high propensity for complications. Have various injury mechanism. Few are um, defined very properly, and few we can go through just as a point. So we'll start with axial compression, rotational, combined compression and shear, supination adduction injury, supination external rotation injury, pronation adduction injury, pronation external rotation injury, adduction injuries, and abduction injuries. From this, many of them are minor injuries and many of them may cause a severe effect. So we'll go with the axial injury, axial compression first, and that is why it happens. We can see in the picture the compression axial loading. This is what happens when the force is directed axially through the talus into the tibial plafon. If the fibula remains intact, if the fibula remains intact, varus with impaction of the tibial plafon, plantar flexion results in inferior plafond injury. So there is a clear picture that we can see there is a compression injury to dorsal articular surface of the metatarsal head, and there might be a capsular tearing. Next is rotational. That usually happens because of sporting accidents. The mechanism is primary torsion combined with the varus or valgus stress. It produces its component of both compression and shear. The vector of this force determines the fracture pattern. Now we'll go with this small treatment part of this few starting topics, that is conservative treatment with cast, open reduction and internal fixation, combination of different type of external fixator with or without internal fixations. The treatment will be first thing is non-operative, long leg cast for 6 weeks, followed by fracture brace. Indications are non-displayed fracture pattern, severely debilitated patients. Manipulative of displayed fracture is unlikely to result in reduction of intra-articular fragments. And the operative treatment goes with displayed pilon fracture are usually treated surgically. Timing of surgery may delay for several days to allow optimization of soft tissue status, diminution of swelling about the ankle, resolution of fracture blister, and slugging of compromised soft tissue. High energy injuries can be treated with spanning. Supination adduction injury. This is mostly happening with most of the people. So first thing is sprained ankle. In the picture, it's clearly shown how the pathological talar motion adduction is happening because of internal rotation medial translation. Partial lateral ligament injury with a tear of anterior tibiofibular fasciculus only. Possibly inversion of the plantar flexed foot. Starting position of the foot supination, plantar flexion, adduction, and inversion. This is a pathological way. Next is supination external rotation injury. This usually happens when the force is externally rotated in a supinated foot. As the foot is in the supinated position at the moment when the talus starts to rotate, medial structures are not in this state of tension. Therefore, they do not fail first. Talus not free to rotate forward on the medial side, so it starts to rotate backward. Now we'll go with grading of pain. The first is ligament have been stretched but not tear. Second degree is most common ankle injury are partial tearing of the ligament. The third is severe, the most severe of ankle injuries, and there is a complete tearing of the ligament. Pronation abduction injury. Talus is forcefully abducted in the ankle mortise. Compression force lateral ankle structure. Traction force medial ankle structure. Now, if the medial traction force may cause either a complete tear of the deltoid ligament, that is, pull off fracture of the medial malleolus. Lateral compression force produces a lower tibialar fracture, angling slightly upward from the left of the ankle joint, always with a combination of lateral fibular cortex. Pronation external rotation injury. With the foot pronated, the deltoid ligament is under tension. The talus starts to rotate externally in the ankle of mortise, so the medial structure which fail first. Supination adduction injury. The pictures have been clearly showing the arrows, which gives the clear mark how it happens and where it goes. Now, if forceful inversion is exerted on the foot, which is at right angles to the tibia, all three ligaments are stretched simultaneously, producing complete tear of the ligament. The traction force on the lateral angle structures cause pull-off fracture of lateral malleolus. Lateral malleolus fractures at the level of ankle joint. Diagnosis and treatment of this. We go with adduction injury, sprained ankle, common injury caused by the inversion twist of plantar flexed foot. Diagnosis, characteristics, swelling over the lateral aspect of ankle joint. Usually we see this swelling first whenever it happens, whenever something happens to our ankle. If it is sprained or if we have any trauma related to the ankle, first thing is the swelling. Lateral aspect of ankle joint. Inverting the heel with foot at right angle produces little pain. Whole our body weight is under is controlled by our ankle. Any of the problem or any of the pain is healed on your ankle. It's not easy to walk. It's not easy to go with the pain. We always walk in uncomfortable manner usually. So while the plantar flexed foot, it produces severe pain in front of lateral malleolus. Pathognomic is associated anterior tibiofibular ligament injury. Now it's very common. Usually we go with a treatment that is rest rice. Sorry. So the treatment is RICE. First is R. R relates to rest, stay of the angle, crutches may be needed. Icing. We refer icing to the patient, which is about 15 minutes a day, 4 to 5 times a day. Compression, bandaging to keep swelling down. Elevation, keep ankle above heart level when possible, allow the gravity to pull out swell. Thank you.
Okay. Just a minute, Dr. Bhumika.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone has any kind of doubt, please share it in the group. Oh, sorry, in the chat box.